Hello everyone, I am Damini, your host for today, and today I have with me Mr. Karan, who's an ex-associate at Link Legal. Welcome, Karan, and thank you so much for accepting my invitation on a very short notice.
Thank you, Damini. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. So, without taking your much time, because today is Sunday and we're recording, so Karan, would you like to share your journey with us, probably starting from the law school to the career? So, how was all of those roller coaster rides? What all sort of activities you did when you were in law school?
Okay. So, Damini, first of all, thank you for having me here. And I would say law happened to me by chance. Like, it was just that, few friends of mine who were, who were wanting to do law. Rather, they joined the coaching. They joined Career Launcher. And I was just, once I just happened to go through their books and I thought that, okay, fine, let me also give it a shot. So that is how, law happened. And then I could not get a good rank in CLAT, but somehow I could secure my seat in Symbiosis, and I cleared SLAT. Now I think they have done away with the SLAT exam, and they conduct some. I think it was set back then, and now they have introduced SLAT. So I cleared set, and then I joined SLS Noida. And after that, 5 years of law school have it has been amazing. I would say, it has been a roller coaster ride, ups and downs. Mostly it has been ups. Because I've enjoyed my law school both in terms of curricular, extracurricular, and co-curricular activities. I was a part of the Mood Court Society and also a part of the training and placement cell of Symbiosis Law School, Noida. And I represented the law school in various Mood Court competitions. And luckily, have also performed better. With each ongoing competitions I used to take part in. And also, as a part of the training and placement cell, it was always a pleasure to interact with recruiters, and then ask them to visit college for campus placements, and then securing internships for uh, all our learners at law school. So that has been the journey. And one another, I would say, a feather to the cap was that while I was in my fifth year, I secured a pre-placement offer from Link Legal India Law Services. I think, yeah. So that was, my career journey till now, and it was amazing. I think law has been, law has given me an opportunity to enhance myself. And I recall one of my best internships which I did. It was under Mr. Arvind Datar, and he's a senior counsel. He specializes in tax and constitutional matters. There are various commentaries also of Mr. Datar, which I'm sure you must be aware, and most of the audiences also would be aware about him. So that is what that one experience, I think, it has really changed me, because the kind of humbleness and the kind of person I found in Mr. Datar, I believe that this profession requires more of such persons.
You said that you were a part of the placement committee, but what happens is that
Right.
the audience gonna watch this video, they'll surely ask this thing that were you able to secure a PPO or an internship at Link Legal just because you were in a placement committee, or you are saying that those who are gonna watch this video, they need to join placement committee of the college? Because I know audience will have this question. So what would you say, that it's okay to be a part of the committee and it's not okay to be a part of the committee, or if you are not interested in being a part of the committee?
See, I'm not sure about other places, but at least at SLS Noida, I would say that being a part of the committee and not being a part of the committee did not give you much leverage. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's you who visit the office, and it's you who prove your potential there. So whether you're a part of the committee or you're not a part of the committee, I don't think that really matters. And other thing is that one strong advice that I always give to everyone I meet is that law is more about making connections. So the better, you need to be good at communication. That is a very, very important aspect. I mean, you can compromise with your law aspect till a certain point, but with the communication aspect, you have to be just bang it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I always insist on networking because networking is something which is very important. That's very integral when you are into law field. So what would you say about networking? Like people nowadays are actually struggling because what happens is because of the lockdown and all, people have started, using LinkedIn and all, like everyday LinkedIn, every minute LinkedIn. But what they do is they just pop in a message in your inbox asking for an internship opportunity and they consider that as networking. So what would you say about this?
I would say that networking has evolved with time, because I also sometimes get these messages that, so you're working at Link Legal, could you please help me securing internship? I'm like, I'm not the HR. I mean, you're contacting the right person. Just because I work at Link Legal, I mean, in no manner I can help you secure an internship. And the other point is that these days I just one strong advice to everyone watching this. There might be some seniors also watching this, so it's my humble submission before them that it doesn't looks good that when people post their internship certificates or something like that on LinkedIn. I mean, it's come on, I mean, that internship certificate you're posting also has some signatures on it, and those signatures should not be displayed on a public platform like this. Yeah, so that is one thing. And you don't need to update each and everything on LinkedIn. I mean, come on, LinkedIn, what I believe is that, yeah, it's a networking platform, but networking doesn't mean that you make it a Facebook or another thing that you're just sharing it with everyone like your family members. It's a professional platform. I think that professionalism should always be respected on platforms like these.
You've actually pointed out this. I think in my previous interviews, there was a lawyer who actually pointed out that posting your certificates doesn't mean that, you're actually conveying it to others. It is not Facebook, it is not Instagram, it is LinkedIn. It's all about networking. You connect with good people. But talking about again the messages the people pop in your inbox, what do you say? Is it good source of networking or is it something that you're annoying the other person?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. In my humble opinion, rather than popping in messages everywhere, securing, asking for an internship or something like that, I think, the better way of communication is that, there's a person whom I met on LinkedIn, and we happen to be, so he's an arbitrator from the UK, and he works at the LCIA. Now, how I got in touch with him was that, just by, I never dropped him a message or something like that. But then I used to read all his articles, and I used to, like, have an interaction through comments on LinkedIn. I mean, so I used to interact with him on comments, and that is how we got connected. And I can say that he is one of the most, like, today he is one of the most amazing connections that I've made. So you see, I never dropped him a message, but it was all about interacting. And see, try to understand, it's not Facebook or Instagram, like you said, that you dropped in a message, just say hi, how are you doing? No, no, please avoid doing that, because nobody has that much of time to respond to your messages like how are you doing. Come on, just avoid doing that. It's always better to share knowledge. And if I may put it like this way, LinkedIn is a platform which provides you networking, through and the medium is by sharing knowledge. So that is what I consider LinkedIn as a tool.
Yeah, even I think that I approach you through LinkedIn only. Like you need not to say like, "Hi, how are you? How are you doing? Where are you based at?" Just pop in the message what you want, right? Because the other
Right.
person is also very busy because probably we have only professionals on LinkedIn, so they're all time working and work from home is very difficult. So
And Damini, one more thing, like, see, it's always like, at least good places, I can assure you that their website will have enough information regarding, what is the procedure for applying for an internship. So you really don't need to bother about, texting someone on LinkedIn, asking them for the procedure, because that clearly highlights that, you want to join a place and you have not, researched well about the place. Because if you would have done that, you would have surely visited the website, and on the website you would have surely found this place where you could apply it for an internship. So yeah.
sometimes I feel like I need to really post it on LinkedIn that LinkedIn is not all about internships. Seriously, because the
Absolutely right.
perception
Yeah.
nowadays is such that if you are on LinkedIn, okay, I'm on LinkedIn because I need to get an internship. No, LinkedIn has a different perspective, right? It's all about networking. It's not only for law students, right? You can get in touch with
Right.
the engineers, you can get in touch with the people who are working in multinational companies. But this is something which people need to know, and I think awareness will come. It will take time, right?
Definitely. I think we may need more people like Damini, to just conduct more such interviews and then spread this awareness.
So yeah,
Because
so
I think
the
it's
idea was
useful
this
because
only.
I think it's very useful because the way LinkedIn is being used, I think I mean, first of all, I whether I'm not sure whether this is true or not, but a kind of hype has been created for LinkedIn, that but dude, if you're on LinkedIn, like, come on, you make connections, do this, do
Yeah,
that. but
probably.
but but it's all about making meaningful, it's all about making meaningful connections. It's not just that you just drop a random
It's
message.
not only about meaningful connections, but what you are posting, right? People do
Absolutely,
check your
absolutely,
post.
absolutely,
I can vouch on
absolutely.
for the fact that I've never posted anything very relevant because I know that people will judge you. The recruiters will judge
Right,
you. Because if you
right.
you can, people very easily say that I have a good connection on LinkedIn. I have those lawyers and partners of the firms. Then why don't you realize that those people gonna watch your post as well, right?
Absolutely
Sometimes
right.
I don't know
Absolutely
like
right.
what people post. I think there needs to be a sort of, what do you call it, a process where people need to realize that okay, you cannot post anything.
Right.
Just post out something which you want those people to see, right? This should be the
Right.
main idea. And
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
talking about, like you said, that people do post about the internship certificates, uh, talking in a very different perspective, but the same topic, internships. So, Karan, do you really think that number of internships matter or the quality matters? Because you have seen a lot on LinkedIn that people just want to intern every month. They just want internship by hook or crook. So, what do you say that even if you do one internship per year is okay, or you need to do 10 to 12 internships?
Okay. See, Damini, there are two kind of approaches. One is that, you just keep on interning, just don't give it a head, like, where you're going, but just that, you found an internship and you just join the place. The other one is that, you really look up for quality internships, and then, you just kind of join the place. But one thing I would always suggest that, I don't say which method is right or which method is wrong, because there has been a lot of debates on this. But I would, in my personal opinion, I would always choose the one, wherein you are more focused, and you intern at places, where you would really want to see yourself in the next 5 years, because that really helps building your CV as well. That's my opinion. I don't say that, I don't negate the other process, but I would always advise that, people should follow the second part. And after see, whether you join the first process or the second process, one thing I always say to everyone is that wherever you go, try to talk to people. Just don't go and sit, just don't go and, make the chair, keep the chair warm there by, so just don't do this. Wherever you go, try to make a personal connection with the places where you're interning, because these are the connections, you don't know, they might help you in the future. So this is always advisable, that wherever you go, just make connections. And making connections doesn't mean that, you just kind of go and, say anything or anything, like, come on, I mean, make you should be sensible while talking to people. Because I've seen that, some interns, they just try to kind of be over nice to you. Come on, I mean, I can tell you, though I have a very small experience, but those interns are literally mocked by, the office colleagues that we have. So just, be just be humble, but at the same time also be diligent. Yeah, that is the thing.
So I think that was much more like sort of formal side of the conversation, but let's move to the more informal one. Now we're gonna play the rapid fire. I'll ask you some simple questions and quickly you have to answer them. So
Okay.
the first question for you is, what was the particular percentage of attendance you had in your college?
I had over 80% every time.
Over 80%, okay. Was there
Yeah.
any professor who used to cut your attendance even if you don't talk?
No, I did not have any professors, because I think I was favorites. I was one of the favorite students.
Okay. So, what was the worst punishment you ever got? Maybe during the school days or the college? I don't think probably in college, but yeah, the school one.
Yeah, college, absolutely not. I don't think I ever got a punishment in college, but in school many times.
Yeah.
And one of the punishments I remember was that I was literally made to. So yeah, I was also at school level, I was also the commander in chief of the school. So this punishment, and commander in chief basically is the head boy. Like in our school, that
Okay.
was the we, like we used to call the head boy as the commander in chief. And one of the punishments was that once what happened was that I just got late, and I was literally made to run around the field for 5 rounds and in front of the entire school. So that was one of the most embarrassing punishments that I have got.
And what about the best experience? Like, you still remember that.
At school or in college?
Anywhere, maybe in professional life or something like that.
Yeah, so one of the best experiences in professional life, I think there are two. So the first one is that when so while I was interning at Datar's office, so when Mr. Arvind Datar, he gave me a signed book of a, he gave me a signed copy of a book, which is known as the Legal Legals. I'm sure like most of you would be aware about that book. So that signed copy is a very special thing for me. And in that book, the on the on the front page, he had written that wish you a very good career at the bar, hope to see you soon at the bar. So I think that is I think that was the best memory that I have had. And the other best memory was I was gifted a book by a partner at the Link Legal. So he was Mr. Abhishek Sharma, and he gifted an arbitration book to me by Mr. Falias Nariman for some really good job which I had done for him. So those are the best two memories.
If I just put before you a very simple equation as to lawyer is equal to what?
I mean, lawyer is equal to everything, because if you're a lawyer, you have to be good at everything. If see, because I'll tell you, recently, my dad was my dad and me, along with other family members, we were going to Ranchi, and in Ranchi, what happened was that my dad actually crossed the red light, right? And there was a traffic police, which immediately came to cut the challan, and then my dad just told me that वकील साहब बैठे हुए पीछे, आपको क्या लगता है आप ऐसे चालान काट दोगे? And I was like, dad, you crossed the red light, ठीक है? तो then he said that तुम वकील हो बेटा, तुम्हें तो सब आना चाहिए. So I mean, that is what the expectation is. So just because you're a lawyer, you should, I mean, and it's true also, because just because because as a lawyer, you tend to touch each and every field, be it constructions, be it be it science, be it biotechnology. You have to deal with each and every aspect. So lawyer is everything. I mean, he's an all-rounder.
And like, presume that if you are a director or a producer of a movie and you have to produce or direct a movie now, what theme will you go for?
That's a tough question. I would prefer making a movie more on college life, because my best movie happens to be Three Idiots till date, and yeah, so I would just want to make a movie on college life.
So I think I don't have more questions because you've answered very quickly. So I'm not less with. So now, to be on a more formal side, like you were at Link Legal. So like the audience will be watching this video, they'll surely have this question that okay, you worked over there. So can you just tell us the process of the internship so that the people might not, bombard your inbox? So just tell us
No,
once
not
as to what
exactly.
is the process of internship.
The process of internship is very simple. As I said, at any good place, where you'd be looking for an internship, the process is already given on the website. You just need to visit the website. For Link Legal, the website is www.linklegal.in. You just need to visit the website, and the process is already there.
And what about those students who are in the fourth or fifth year, or probably who are in third year and just planning to choose the electives the very next year? So any sort of advice for them, probably if they feel like they should get a PP, or what happens if they don't get a PP, or if they don't get a good job offer. So any sort of advice for them, any motivational words?
See, no, first thing I'll tell you is that the first advice that I give to every young younger person I met, I mean I meet, is that you should always never give much importance to marks, because as it's as it was said by someone, that it's just a piece of paper. Literally, I will tell you that at least if for this profession, so far as I have experienced, marks do not matter much. I mean, I don't say that, don't study in law school and just fail in all your papers. I'm not giving this advice. There's a disclaimer to this. But marks do not matter much. And so far as securing a PPO is concerned, always trust on the process. That always try to give the best of yourself. And when you start giving the best of yourself, and when you start trusting the process itself, things will happen for you. I mean, you don't plan that, okay, fine, now I plan to get an PPO, now I have to work. So why do you have to wait for your fourth or fifth year, that now you have to start working because now you want to get a PPO? You should start, you should start from your first year itself. Like, that's why I said that, it should be a process. It should not be, a time bound task that that okay, now plan to get a PPO, I'm my fifth year, now I have to get a PPO. So yeah, that is the thing. And in case, if you're already on the deadline, that you're in your fourth or fifth year and now you're looking for internships through which you can secure PPO, always do realize that, first of all, back yourself. I think you will get rejections from a lot of places, but you really need to back yourself, because if you stop believing yourself, nobody's going to believe in you, right? So just back yourself. And again, like, you see, your mind will always tell you what needs to be done. So always listen to your mind, and just believe yourself, and I'm sure that something or the other will happen. If not a PPO, at least I'm sure that you'll land in a good job.
That was a good piece of advice, because what happens is at the end of like the fourth or the fifth year, so what do you feel is okay, now is the time to get a PPO, and people get very worried if they just face, some sort of rejections. So they really need to understand this. But to be on a more positive note, now we're going to conclude the session. So any sort of piece of advice for all the law students, be it first year, second year, or the recent graduates as well?
There has been a lot of advices for this session, but I mean, the last one to just conclude is that would be that just believe in yourself. Things will take time, and things do not happen all of a sudden. You have to be patient. And so far as this profession is concerned, the first and the foremost mantra of getting success is that you should be very good in networking. Law comes secondary for me. I mean, because that is what I believe, that you can just ignore law, your legal knowledge, to a certain aspect. I don't say that you just have to ignore your legal knowledge, but if I am to place them in a like in the terms of importance, so I would always place your communication skills always on the top, because even while you appear before the judge, the way you speak to the judge, that determines a lot, rather than rather than what your knowledge about law is. Because if the judge is if the judge gets angry on you, no matter how good you are at the legal aspect, you might have to struggle to get a favorable order from judge. But in case, even if your law point might be a slight here or there, but in case, but if you're kind to the judge I'm sure it would give you an opportunity to correct yourself. So yeah, always be humble and just be good at networking.
That's actually a good piece of advice for all the law students in the audience who are going to watch this video. And I'm sure if they'll have any sort of doubt, or if they just want to connect with you, they can just surely inbox you on LinkedIn and just mail you, and you'll surely reply to them if the messages are very,
Definitely.
very, what do you call it? Very general. So thank you so much, Karan, for joining us today. And I hope that you enjoyed the conversation. And thank you so much for sparing your time on Sunday. Looking forward
Thank
to
you,
more
Damani, for having
sessions.
me. It was a pleasure interacting with you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Damani.